Well, the data's in. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm not going to lie, I am pretty tired tonight. I had a really bad day at work. Really bad day, actually. So, my absolute apologies. Tonight may not be as hyped up and as exciting as maybe it normally is here on the channel. But, yeah, hopefully we'll sort of get into a little bit of what's going on. Let me just go live on TikTok. There we go. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the live stream as always. It is Wednesday. It is the Federal Reserve official day. We'll talk a little bit about what happened. We'll talk a little bit about what that can mean for the markets. I guess the question, we'll talk a little bit about why the markets have dumped today, because I'm sure many people are kind of looking at it going, what the hell happened today? Like, this is wild. We were definitely not expecting this. We'll take a look at the bingo card, which I think is all good, and anything else you guys want to talk about. So we'll sort of get into that. Get into anything. As always, do me a favor though, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high if you're bullish on the markets. But yeah, we'll maybe use this as a slight counseling session. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't finished my tea yet, so I am enjoying a very good brew, which is always fun as well. So let me start X to make sure we're live. There we go. We are live everywhere, as usual. So good to see you, Tim. Welcome. 37's here. What's going on, Selmo? Good to see you, man. Kevin Sexton in the building. Good to see you, Kev. Welcome to thou. Holmes here. Good to see you, Holmes. Welcome, as always, to you. Swamp's here. Al's here. Big Al's in the house. I absolutely implore your trading technique, Al. Timmy's about to go live. BT will go down. Literally trade it when he's live. Mental. Get out of here, Al. Rob's here. Good to see you, Rob. Chipper's here. Welcome. Cheese in the building. What's going on? All good. And then Mike here. Look at the end. He's just like, yo, Mike's super bullish on what's going on in the market. So anyway, we got Joe Powell, no surprise. I think it was like the worst kept secret in the world that we were definitely going to just see flat rates and nothing was going to happen. I don't believe for a second anyone went into this Fed meeting thinking, oh my God, this could be like super crazy bullish. Like they could go wild, and all of a sudden like J Powell just drops like a 50 basis points cut. I don't think it was ever going to happen, but we'll sort of get into a little bit more of the kind of nuances. There are a couple of bits in it that just aren't great, if I'm honest. Hold on a second. There we go. So yeah, not stuff that just wasn't particularly wonderful, but I don't think it was unsurprising, I think is fair to say. So as always, like I said, appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, do all that kind of good stuff, and we'll get into it. I thought we'd start with a meme, as always. I kind of feel like the meme vibe's kind of fun, to be honest. So shout out to everybody on TikTok as well. Killing it. Look at this. If I have to pay a boomer 10x what he paid for his house, you can pay me 100x or 1000x what I paid for my Bitcoin. Probably true. And probably is going to be more true than I think a lot of people believe. So, Beebs, what's going on, pal? Welcome. Trade alert, short-term 7x BTC, short entry now. Target 94750. What? I'll then take all your profit, close trade, tighter stop loss. You think we're dropping $2,000 on Bitcoin? You're absolutely wild. Fair play to you, Al, though. Let me know how that trade goes. Man, what is my missus doing? Like, sending me loads of crap through. Tomato Pete, welcome to you. 5 spades in the building. I haven't seen you for a while. Giggle Longbottom's here as well. Please tell me what I need to know, 2-bit. Thank you, Dad. Get out of here. A says, keep crypto low for the next 7 days till I get paid. Probably not a bad shout. Well, the question is it going to stay low? That's the question on everyone's mind. I think Jerome Powell's in a world of, he absolutely believes the market's going nowhere. We'll sort of touch a little bit more on Bitcoin as we go through it. I think what's interesting, if you go to the 30-minute, we sort of talked a little bit about what this could look like, and it sort of hasn't really played out as much as we maybe thought it was going to do. So obviously today starts back here, doesn't it? We were kind of coming out of the weekend, pretty much. I think if you remember, I said, look out for the M pattern. That generally is what happens. This is the start of the day. So we got the spike, the dip, the second spike pre-FOMC, the dip, basically back down to where we started. So pretty interesting. Macroeconomics very much aligned to, I think, what most of us expected to see. But still, it's still not the worst few charts in the world. We'll touch a little bit more as to what this could mean as we sort of play through this market. So, yeah, so Bitcoin kind of holding up. We'll touch on that in a bit. Ethereum, altcoins, probably taking a bit more of a hit than we thought maybe. XRP was actually, a lot of these were performing pretty well today. XRP is still on that downward sloping line, the downward sloping trend line though. Important to think, but look at this, just a lot in the market, just altcoin wise, taking a bit of a hit. Pepe is down. I actually told someone to buy Pepe this morning. So it was probably a good one. Athea still moving, which is good news. Into some more traditional economics. DXY holding up about 0.5% up. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy thought. And then look down here, oil continues to drop. Gold down on the back of kind of the news today. We also see the S&P 500 just move a little bit to the upside. Nothing crazy. NASDAQ is flat as well. So, you know, overall, I'd just say it was a bit of a nothing burger. Like, we got exactly what we thought we were going to get. We got, like, the delay that I think everyone thought we were going to get. They might as well not bothered. He might as well just done it via email, shouldn't he? He could have just come out and be like, we're not changing any rates. Yeah, pretty much everything's the same. Watching unemployment. We'll let you know. All right, cheers. See you in like 6 weeks. But obviously we didn't. We got something a little bit different. So yeah. That is a very, 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 very quick whistle-stop tour of where we go. I do, however, still think, and I am still very optimistic about what this week could hold. And more importantly, going to there. Because if you think about it, although it was still a bit naff, it wasn't like, it wasn't like super crazy good, but it wasn't bad either. I think there's definitely this kind of view that they're going to wait and see, which I don't necessarily think is a good idea personally. I don't like the wait and see. I'd rather them be a bit more like, okay, this is what we're looking at. These are the key metrics we're looking at. These are the important things that we need to see. This is how we need to see the jobs market change, or how we need to see inflation change, or whatever it was. It was a bit nondescript, but yeah. There is a stealth pivot towards easing liquidity pressure in the treasury market without calling it specifically a pivot. That's true. That's true a little bit. And because you got to understand, they're trying to play off. If he was to come out and go, we're going to need to cut, June's going to be crazy, inflation's coming down, job market is weakening, people would go, oh my God, we're going to a recession. Like, tariffs are a disaster. China's winning the war battle. Like, all of a sudden, the markets would totally freak out. And there kind of isn't a place where you win right now. So the safest option is to do what everyone thinks you're going to do, which is do nothing. And I think that's pretty much what we got with J Powell today. So, like I said, not anything crazy. We'll do the bingo card, by the way. Purple tie, get it? Whoever called that one, well done. Well done. What I would say is institutional markets don't care. They've continued to buy, albeit they have slowed marginally. We'll touch on that as we sort of get into the nuts and bolts of the show. But yeah, that's kind of where we are, and that's kind of where we sort of get. Yeah, nailed it, Justin. You nailed the purple tie. Bullish on you. 2bit is Kraken here. It's carried here from last night. Marion, I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they come in later on. I did an XRP video, and I think I nearly put XRP was going to be $10,000, but I didn't do it. I thought no, that wasn't going to be a good idea. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. Right, if you haven't already smashed the like button, do so. Please also hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're on any of our social media platforms that we are streaming out, then do consider hitting either the follow button or the like button, tapping the screen, doing all that kind of good stuff, you know, just helping the channel out. Certainly after the day I had with my boss, we definitely need to get this channel going, because I might not have a job in about 5 weeks. Did Paul cough a lot? Not crazy amounts. Not crazy amounts, a little bit. I'm sure his glasses came off. I like like when I coughed before the speech. Maybe. Anyway, let's take a look at a couple of charts just to give us a bit more of a view, and then we'll get into kind of what happened at the Fed. So look at this. Bitcoin downside deviation may be over. A lot of people obviously here on the weekly, which we've been talking about. MACD still trending down on the weekly, so we still need to see that reversal come in, and I think that's probably maybe a week away. So look, if we were to exit this week, anything between 96 maybe and maybe 98, I think that would be a pretty optimistic and pretty solid week as we kind of play through. So we look like we potentially are breaking out on a number of key metrics. We've talked about this before as well, but Rect Capital here giving us their view that actually we could be in this place of continuing our upside move. And CryptoCon saying, look, the Bitcoin power grid has seen a huge reset to the 40% zone and still no moves to the 100% in the slightest cycle, which means the cycle top is not in and there is a lot more room to run. So yeah, I think this is aligned to many of us and how we all think the Bitcoin power grid here, which I think takes in a number of different factors, whether that be price, whether that be movement, whether that be volatility in the price action, yada, 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 all that kind of crazy stuff. So, you know, look, I think we're absolutely this place where there is significantly more upside to come. And likewise, I think we're in a pretty solid place. I'm just going to chuck that up there because I want to look at that a little bit later on as well. So keep your eyes peeled on that. We'll see where Bitcoin rallies a little bit. 0.5%. It'd be good if we could finish green on the day. We actually managed it yesterday by a pretty strong margin, actually. If you look how big that ended up being, really solid margin. So if we can get back up around that 96, 8, 97 maybe, then I think we could see a green a green candle on the day, which I think would be good news. So yeah, was Powell dovish in the words or approach? He was kind of nondescript. Maybe if anything, you could argue he was a bit more bearish than anything else. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's do it. Let's talk a little bit about what the hell happened and some of the key highlights. We'll double down also on the bingo card. So let me just put this into a normal thing so that we can actually do it. Because I think that's important, isn't it? That is important. He was hawkish, but yeah, it wasn't over the top. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. So, right. Here we go. Look, here is our bingo card. And then the good news is I can do this, do this, do this. Oh, yeah, perfect. And we can do this. So now, we can do purple tie. Boom. Let's get it. Purple tie. Okay, so after leaving interest rates unchanged, the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell answered questions from the press live on air. So here's kind of the view of where he got to, and I guess kind of his view on sort of where the market was, etc., 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 which allegedly is playing out in their decisions, but I guess more importantly kind of gives you a feel for where the market is and sort of where we could go. So look, the economy is in solid shape. He did reference that, you know, at any point the market could be uneasy, that they are continuously watching the data, which, you know, is kind of a bit like, we're saying one thing, we maybe slightly feel a different thing. But yeah, look, economy is in solid shape. We need to think about what we put down here. So slow down the economy we're not going to get. Labor market slows. Gold reserve. Okay, yeah, cool. Right, remember what they are. I'm going to give coffin. There was a couple of coffin, but we'll give that. Inflation fallen significantly, which I think we said. Did we say inflation had come down? Inflation easing, yeah. So that one was definitely coming down. And the labor market has reached or is close to maximum employment. Well, if you read that, then, you know, that is kind of relatively good news, right? That's relatively good news, okay? The risk of rising unemployment and inflation has increased, though. This is the kind of playoff. So although in one hand, he's like, hey, look, the labor market's really got to maximum employment, like everything's super good, like all of these jobs that we've got, we are filling them, great. But then at the same time, it was like, yeah, but the risk of some rising unemployment and inflation has increased, which basically is another way of saying, yeah, the tariffs are kind of not great without saying the tariffs are not great. I think, you know, you'll remember his boss has just given him another year's stab at doing this. So worthwhile thinking about. Unusual fluctuations in trade make measuring GDP more complicated. Once again, a little bit of a kind of Donald. So the tariffs out. And wage growth continues to slow. So actually you could argue and say, well, yes, people are getting into jobs. This doesn't mean they're making more money. It doesn't mean the economy's moving. So you have to think about that. And labor markets conditions remain strong. So did we have that? We had labor market slows. Do we get that? Maybe not. Maybe not really. Tariffs goes up at end of quarter time. Okay, so yeah, I don't think we can have anything else in that at the minute. Short-term inflation expectations have risen. Labor market is not the primary source of significant inflationary pressure. Once again, you could reword that, which really Jerome Powell should have done and said, short-term inflation expectations has risen. The tariffs are a primary source of significant inflationary pressure. Albeit that is, I think, a moment in time. Remember, I think we saw earlier on today that there are discussions going on. I actually did a video on this last night between the US and China. So, you know, these could kind of come to an end sooner than maybe we think, which I think would be good news. But yeah, important to reference that. Survey participants indicate that the customs duties were more factor-driven inflation expectations. Yeah, tariffs, basically. Long-term inflation expectation in line with target. That's fine. Actually, tariffs short-term, medium pain, all that kind of stuff. I think aligned very much to what a lot of us kind of believe. And the government is making significant policy changes. Again, how do you say that you're not happy with your current boss without saying you're not happy with your current boss? Well, they're making significant changes. I don't lean either way. He actually refused to talk about politics. He was asked, I think, he was asked about his position, of which he declined to talk about politics. So we kind of can't really talk about much on here. Question John job I'm going to give us, because he was definitely asked about the job, and he was definitely asked about... Yeah, he didn't say Trump was doing a good job, but he was asked about it. Custom duties have so far been much higher than expected. Obvious tariffs. Inflationary effects of the policy may be short-lived. So this, again, is kind of a slight move to the kind of, well, yeah, do you know what? There is this element that tariffs are bad. However, you know, you don't want to be on the side of actually if tariffs work out to be very positive, that then... they end up being like super good news, and people are like, oh my God, yeah, we should have definitely got onto this tariff bandwagon beforehand. You kind of don't want to be that person that misses out on it. So yeah, Fed is ready to wait for the situation to become clearer. So yeah, we didn't get, unfortunately, really further cuts. Like definitely future cut timing was talked about, which was a sentiment of they're not coming. So we kind of come in a world of not expecting them in June. That actually played out here. Look, 76%, that got worse. So we may unfortunately see another stay on the next potential FOMC meeting. So think about that. What else did we talk about? Policy moderately restrictive. That's fine. Current inflation rate is just over 2%, which I think we all know about. That's fine. Decision to wait seems pretty clear. Evidence unfold, and we can't act quickly as appropriate. Okay, here's one of the probably bigger sentiments that I think came in around this. The decision to wait seems pretty clear as events unfold, and we can act quickly as appropriate. What he doesn't want to do, think about this, is force the Federal Reserve into an inflation cut. So they say, well, okay, well, let's bring the interest rates down. And then in this next breath, the tariffs come off and everything's fine. There's this great trade deal with China and everything kind of goes crazy, because that doesn't make any sense at all, right? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That would be bad news for companies, bad news for people, yada, yada, yada. So this bit here was actually quite a pivotal moment of his entire speech, that's saying, look, we can't be the ones that move first. These tariff deals have to come through. There has to be some clarity in where this economy is going to go. Think about it. If there's like an injection of capital into the US markets because of overseas trade coming in, well, this would be very, very optimistic and actually would probably serve to drive the labor market. What they can't do is cut inflation without that probably guarantee that's going to come in. So yeah, important part that was brought up, actually. I thought it was probably one of the most important bits that came up. Not possible to immediately determine whether inflation or unemployment rate is more important. Again, tariffs are the big driver of that. And look, US President's request for a rate cut will not affect our work in any way. Did we get anything on here? I mean, I'm going to do tariffs because he basically talked about tariffs without saying the word tariffs. I'm definitely going to do that. But yeah, that was kind of an interesting one that came out. So, and then look, finally, when asked about the 2 interest rate cuts expected in March, we can't make a prediction right now. We have to wait until June. So this was kind of where the market was sort of like, okay, we're not feeling this right now. Take a bit of a dump, take a bit of an ease. So yeah, that was kind of in a summary where we got to. I don't think there's anything else that he didn't really talk about. The economy slowing down, didn't talk about small businesses. Tax cuts weren't on the agenda. Eggs not shipping to El Salvador, definitely not. He didn't do that. Labour market slowed. Maybe argue we got that one. Maybe argue. Dovish, I would say no. Wind farms, no optimistic. Not quite. Deal with China wasn't on the table. Trump doing a good job. New CEO Tesla. Gold reserve pop and end quality time. Unless anyone disagrees, I think that's what we got in the bingo card. Not great, but I mean, you could argue for slowdown in the economy because basically said that Trump tariffs were a problem, but actually didn't come out and say that it was a problem. But I don't think there's anything else unless anyone disagrees with me. All right, bro. Always have dry powder on the side. Yeah, 100%. Always. Did Powell load up on Marbitz? I don't think so. Someone sold loads of Marbitz today, but I don't think Powell got bullish on Marbitz, unfortunately. Okay, so Hobbs just stated that he thinks it would be necessary that he go and hold off as long as he can. Yeah, potentially. You can't cut too aggressive too quick because the reality is people will be like, holy shit, there's a recession coming. Need to be careful. First run, all liquidity is sitting in the trading account now. What's going on, GS? Good to see you, man. Powell has been using the same excuse for months now. Stagflation, tariff uncertainty. Yeah, a lot of people believe he's going to be late to the party. So many people think he will be late. The rate cuts will come late, which will be ultimately quite painful. Again, you've got to think about it. Like, Trump tariff deals could just fly through and be like, donezo. Like, by the end of the week. Jesus, he could announce tonight. I mean, how crazy would that be? Sorry, my feet are cold. Oh, put my slippers on that my feet are cold, so just bear with me because my feet are actually pretty cold. But yeah, he could announce like a trade deal with China tonight. That would be fucking insane if that was like a thing. Like, genuinely, imagine like how that would come out. If like tonight I'm announcing we've agreed a monumental deal with China. I feel like I'm announcing a boxing match. But yeah, imagine that. It would be pretty crazy if it was to come out and be like, yep, yeah, we did it. But yeah, no, yeah, exactly. No chance of a China deal tonight. I agree. So yeah, so look, that's where we got to the bingo card. Decent-ish performance. Not great, but decent-ish performance. So, and then look, we end up here. We end up absolutely sort of where we started, and probably just in a relatively boring state, which is fine. Like, it's fine. I don't think it's an unusual I don't think it's unusual. I don't necessarily think there was anything crazy. Like I said, it definitely doesn't play out that favorable for June. July starts to look interesting. A little bit, starting to look like we may see a rate cut in July, depending on what June comes in. Then we sort of potentially see a rate cut in September, and they may fall relatively quickly, actually. October could see us with a further rate cut. That's kind of balancing out before we hit December, which I think will be fat. So we could still see 3 rate cuts over the course of the rest of the year. However, where we maybe got to a slightly more optimistic view that we were maybe going to see in June, it probably doesn't look like we're going to see it, unless we get this kind of crazy thing. 2-bit, are you going ball on top? No, that's just where my head's very short. Like, my hair's very short. I did like I think it's like a 1 all over. Pretty short. Like I said, I was with my boss today. I didn't have a good time with him either. So he basically stopped short of going, I'm going to fire you if you don't sort this shit out, by the way. And I'm like, oh, God. Anyway, right. Federal Reserve Waste tariff impact, which we've talked about this. I don't need to go through this anymore. Trump told reporters on Wednesday he would not lower the steep tariffs on China as a condition to begin trade negotiations. Yeah, I believe they're already at the table, though, aren't they? Can we conclude bull run in the freezer? No, I think we can conclude with we're exactly as we were yesterday. That's my view. That unless you are an economist, unless you are deep in the trenches of what recession reaction looks like, or more importantly, you're deep in the trenches of the micro analytical view of the economy, then yeah, I think we're exactly the same place we were yesterday. I even think the price is pretty much exactly the same place as yesterday. I don't necessarily think anything's changed. I just think you have a bit of a view that Jerome Powell's aligned to what we all thought. I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't think, people making like, oh my God, Jerome Powell's going to crash the market. I just don't think it is. I just think it's like just dead boring. So yeah, that's the reality of it. I think it's probably, I heard a news anchor. I can't remember what it was. I said anchor, by the way. I don't know if it was on Bloomberg maybe. And they were like, I've worried the least about this Fed decision than I've ever worried about a Fed decision. I think we're all in that place as well, weren't we? Everyone was like, yeah, it's just going to be exactly the same. It's always going to be, which is just going to be boring. And unfortunately, that's exactly what it was. So super, super boring. So anyway, Media says, breaking new Pope confirmed as Pope crypto. Well, I've got something to tell you guys. FOMC sucked. Yeah, a little bit. But again, depends what you want, by the way. Depends what you want. Why are you getting fired and you actually using your job? I'm not actually using my job, no, but I need to definitely step up the game, is what I would say. Just going through one of those transitionary difficult periods where people aren't quite delivering what I need them to deliver. But I mean, I'm not going to talk about my actual normal job here, but yeah, I've got a couple of challenges going on, but it's fine. These are what games are made of. These are kind of where you get to in this space. Anyway, with all that being said, with the Fed doing what the Fed does, etc., 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 look at this. Metaplanet adding 555 BTC to its treasury. Let's go, Metaplanet. Like I said to you before, institutions don't care. Institutions are like, yep, all right, Jerome, you do what you need to do. I'm going to keep buying Bitcoin. Do me a favor, though, by the way. We're back over 100 people in the live stream, so appreciate you guys tuning in. Just hit the like button for me. That would be mucho appreciani. Again, if we're 102 viewers, please, if you just smash the like button, helps out the channel, gets things grooving, gets things moving. And yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could do that for me. That would be great. Thank you so much. Also, shout out to the crew on TikTok. You guys are bullish. Thank you for the gift you just sent me, Mr. 37. Thank you. I think that was you. I'm bullish on you, by the way. And again, welcome everybody who's tuning in on TikTok. We're getting there. We're grooving. We're moving. So yeah, if you could just tap the screen a couple of times, that'd be great. Let's drop these likes in. I think the algorithm likes it when we do the likes thing. It'd be good news. Right. Anyway, continuing on. So watch out, Metaplanet and institutional ETF inflows, albeit pretty boring. BlackRock again, buying 280 Bitcoin. Fidelity now back to the party, buying 1,100. We see that. Grayscale Mini buying nearly 169 BTC. We saw a few outflows. I don't think this is unusual. I think this is probably very much aligned to FOMC, ARC21 dumping a little bit. I don't think it's crazy. So watch out. Flows continue to be pretty strong. We actually saw a negative outflow day yesterday, which I'm really surprised about. I thought we were going to get a way bigger inflow, but it means that some stuff must just come through later, because that definitely didn't look like it when we were talking about it. Like, not at all did we look like we were going to get outflows yesterday. But look, I'm still pretty optimistic as we play through. And like we said, institutional, ETF movement, whatever you want to call it, they are all absolutely stacking the bags. So yeah, bullish on that. Okay, right. So look at this. You guys know that I talk about Jupiter. I think it's good to talk about. Look at this. Jupe Sol fees will now go to the DAO. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So the fees going through the Jupe ecosystem will now be going to the DAO to support further development of this. I thought it was interesting. I know quite a few people have Jupe. Quite a few people are staked on Jupe as well. So look, if you've got Jupe, watch out. It's gonna be hopefully getting more bullish, which is, I'm down for. It's all good news. All good news. I'm lazy, Al. I only say hi back to people now. Lauren Babs. Tell them to do the job of. Yeah, I mean that's true. That is true. I live in a corporate HR world, unfortunately, though, so it's not quite the same. I actually did say to someone last week. In fact, I'm not going to say anything. It just makes me sound like a complete knob, so I'm not saying anything. Two-bit, I messaged you. Need you to send that thing. Big love, bro. Yeah, don't take this the wrong way, Al. Don't take this the wrong way. I just don't want to give my personal address out, so I need to find a way of giving you an address that you can send some stuff. And a PO box is 40 quid, because I also have some miners that are going to be sent to me to do a review video from Latvia, and I just don't want to give them my house address. I sort of start going into a different world then, but if you can think of a way that I can do it, like maybe one of those UK postal box things, I can do it, and I definitely will send it to you. I don't need personal, but wallet. What? Oh, okay, we didn't say that. You said, hey, bro, can I have a picture of the front of your house so I can come and stare through the window? So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, anyway, watch out for this, right? Watch out for this. Right, let's talk about this. And I think this is kind of another big deal, which feels like it's kind of not been talked about enough, but probably should be as well. So China today, I don't know if you saw, but they they slashed their rates according to the title here, and they injected $138.5 billion. Okay, tell me China's economy is good tell me China's economy is crap without telling me China's economy is crap. They inject 138.5 billion and slash their interest rates. Get out of here. Bro, Form and Zek was good moves today. Nice. Yeah, what the hell is that, Lauren Bab? What? Just a neutral address. So you need a cryptocurrency wallet address. Is that what you need? A cryptocurrency wallet address. Just so we're clear on it. I don't know, you can have whatever you want at that. I trust you in that sentiment. Curtis says, 2-bit, you missed the last. Curtis, what did you say? Curtis says, 2-bit, hope the bull run is so soon so that I can see your stream, quitting your job, calling your boss, right? I did call people in the room today complete choppers because they were doing my head in. I'm not good in meeting settings. Like, I don't like doing small talk and all the rest of it. They're all messing around and I'm like, will you just come on, choppers? We need to get some stuff done here. But yeah, then sometimes I once did a presentation as well, by the way, where I started talking about dollars instead of pounds. And there's one of the people I work with. He's sort of aware that he doesn't know I do a YouTube thing, but he's aware I'm like very heavily invested in crypto, and I'm probably pretty knowledgeable about it. And I stood on stage, he's sitting in front of about 200 people, and I'm like, it's really important that it's all about saving dollars. This, and he literally texted me and was like, dollars? Question mark. So yeah. A neutral postal address. I'll send you a gift, you chopper. You get something on my travels. Okay, that's fine. I will send you that. I'll send you it tonight. Let's hype up hype. Let's have a look at it. Anyway, right, look at this. Chinese central bank slashed key interest rates and injected $138.5 billion into its financial system to bolster the economy battered by US trade tensions and domestic challenges. Pretty crazy if you think about it. Pretty crazy. Look at this. Reuters did report that the People's Bank of China cut its 7-day reverse repurchase rate by 10 basis points. Like, understand how crazy that is. To 1.4 effective May 8th, while lowering the reserve requirement ratio by 50 basis points to release $1 trillion yuan in liquidity. These steps aim to ease credit conditions and stimulate growth amid a property sector slump. See, we talked about this in the night. This is why you should be subscribed to the channel, because we actually talk facts, we talk logic, we talk an absolute worldview of where we think the market's going to go. And look at this. It all plays out. Tell me we weren't already ahead of this stuff. But look at this. A property sector dump and weakening consumer demand. They don't have a consumer market. This is why the tariffs, I think, longer run, will benefit not only just the US markets, they will benefit global markets that aren't affected by China. Like, these are going to work, I believe. And, you have to be careful which side you go with. But CNBC disclosed the mortgage rates for the first-time home buyers under the Housing Provident Fund dropped 25 basis points, with 5-year loans now at 2.6. If you think about that, For here in the UK, it's like, what, 4%? That's a communist country as well. Auto financing reserves will phase that down on 0 from 5. And a 500 billion yuan relending tool was launched to spur consumption and elderly care investment. The PBOC also pledged low-cost funding for tech bonds and small businesses. Like, they are literally going to war with their entire economy. It's pretty crazy, if you ask me. Ongoing US-China trade disputes, including tariff disruptions, exports, domestic issues like deflationary pressure and real estate crisis, prompt the measures. Factory activity contracted. We talked about this yesterday. In April, is at its fastest pace since 2023, exacerbating concerns over job market stability and economic growth. Like, I know this is just like I know it's a news article, but it's pretty interesting. Chinese stocks rose following announcements, though, that obviously stimulate the market, put some more money in people's pockets, try and grab some investment. There'll be people like hedging this. What did the yuan do? Can we see the yuan? YUAN. The yuan bonds, ETF markets, US dollar versus the Chinese yuan. There we go. Up 0.12. Look at that. Boom. Yesterday. Dump arena, baby. So yeah, the dollar is what, 7.24 yuan to the dollar, I believe. That is how that plays out. So yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So strong dollar, pants yuan, kind of falls in the same place, doesn't it? So, yeah, look at this. Development arrives as US Federal Reserve Open Market Committee gathers on Wednesday for its latest meeting, which we talked about a number of times. So, yeah. Imagine that. Pretty crazy if you think about it. So, all of that and all what we've been talking about kind of gets into a very interesting place where the Chinese economy, as much as people may don't want you to think this, maybe don't want you to know this, it's not good. It's not good. It hasn't been good for ages, though. So, people have been telling you that it's going to be fine are completely full of nonsense. Solana and Arbitrum have both been under consideration for the partnership of the new Robinhood blockchain. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't read too much into it, in fairness. I feel like I should go and do that, but yeah. XRP background work going into project is bullish. Let's go. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday. Lots of good stuff going with XRP, in fairness. So, who wants to buy real estate in China? Do you remember we looked at houses? Do we look at houses in like Texas or something? Anyway, keep your eyes peeled on it. So, that does bring us to the end of the news. Where are we sitting right now? The overall market, 96,387. So Bitcoin's holding up. It's not doing anything too crazy. Cardano down about 3%. HBAR's down. So, that's kind of where we sit. We can close the China news. Fed rates, we sort of know where that's going to be. We don't really need to talk about that. Institutional money, we sort of know where this is going to be as well. All kind of playing out. Let's take a look and see what people are predicting from a trade perspective. Let's do the next week, actually. Oh, not 3 days. Hold on a minute. 1 week. There we go. So it still looks like there's a bit of liquidity up to the upside. Look at this, 97. So we could see a little bit further moves, I mean, there's a bit to the downside, around 93K. I just don't believe there's a reason for us to dip that way. I don't necessarily believe that they'd be like, oh yeah, let's just like dump the market for a laugh. So I actually think we'd hold up pretty well. We may start to push. We may try and grab this liquidity. Do we see a 100K retest? Possibly. I think we'll have to see kind of how it plays out over the next 24 hours. Do we see volume coming? Do we see institutionals continue to buy? That will probably be the market indication as we kind of walk through this. What we can say over the course of the next week, Bitcoin is very flat, albeit the short-term price movements feel pretty boring. Not many people want to hedge short right now, but actually we could therefore see, I think there's must be very tight ranges on here. Look how quickly these and how steep these kind of sides are here. So, if we see this push to the upside, 100K, I mean, 100K would be a lot in terms of shorts. So you've got probably quite an aggressive trade market, which probably tells us that the market's not going to do much. If you had wild swings here, you could probably predict which way this market is going to go. So, hopefully we see a push to the upside and we liquidate a number of these shorts. That would be kind of good. If we can see maybe 98,000, that would be 2.5 billion. That could see us strong to 100K by the end of the week, perhaps. So yeah, watch out for that. But you can see there lots of leverage actually is going long. So you could see some significant shorts wrecked if the market was deciding to push down. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. Yeah, I think. So hopefully BTC gets a bit of a push. Again, my view would be I'd like to see a green day. I think overall the Fed is what it is. We've got PPI coming tomorrow. Am I making that up? I am making that up. I'm sorry, I'm making that up. It's next week, sorry. Core CPI comes next Tuesday, followed by core PPI next Thursday. I knew it was sometime, so yeah. So we'll see. That'll be a good indication of where the markets are. Again, not really too much going on for the rest of it. Jobless claims, albeit it's like the super boring jobless claims. So yeah, think about what that looks like. and kind of, I guess, how that sort of plays through. I don't think necessarily we need to kind of panic, or we need to kind of worry about sort of where that gets to, really. But yeah, bullish-ish, I think. Bullish-ish is where I'd probably get to. So don't forget, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We'll try and answer as many as we can. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a view as to kind of what's going on. So let us know what your thoughts and your views and all of the kind of good, exciting things are. I would be bullish on you. I would be bullish on you. Bullish, 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 bullish. 2-bit will say whip it on this time. Oh, dear me. Get him. Get him. Right, let's stick with BTC dead quick. Let's go on the 15-minute. Let's see if we can kind of see just kind of a little bit. Obviously, I know we're trading this kind of tight range right now, but yeah, let's see if this does anything. Their real estate is the biggest concern in Chinese. Terrible construction and mortgages have been, really put their economy under pressure. Yeah, they kind of expanded way too quick and tried to do it way too fast as well. So, yeah, we saw that. We talked about that maybe like a year ago, 18 months ago, I think it was. Not good. I didn't like freaking Freeloader. Who the hell's Freeloader? China stopped publishing unemployment stats in the late 2023. Yeah, they don't publish a lot of data. I talked about this yesterday. They don't publish a lot of data right now. Like, they've stopped doing it, which is, yeah, interesting. Interesting. We take a look at the DeFi market, by the way. We actually haven't looked at the DeFi market. So let me bring that up again while we just keep an eye on this. But again, if you've got any questions, then do it. I forgot to I forgot to like the vid. I'm a freeloader. Okay, that's fine. I'll let you off. I'll let you off. Hit the like button. Tap the screen if you're on TikTok. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in as well. So yeah, it's fine. Al says 2-bit still on for 140k in August top. Yeah, maybe even push that. The more and more we kind of walk through the market, maybe go back a little bit further. Do we think that October could be one? Do we think we could see like the market run maybe to the back end of the year? I think that could be a good news one. But yeah, Chinese steel isn't the best for construction. Exactly. Why do you think the US is trying to get a bit of a deal done with us? Like UK steel is probably better, albeit UK steel is owned by a lot of Chinese companies. So yeah, think about it. Think about it. So yeah, good news. Good news if you ask me. Ish. I miss Marion. Yeah, I can't believe he hasn't come back. What a shame. What a shame. I personally think we could do Q1 2026 if all. Yeah, I mean, look, some people think we will go there. Again, if you come back to some of the key things we look at, which will be on here, you could look at the. What am I looking for here? What am I looking for here? Why do I never find... Oh, I think it's in markets, actually. It is here, and it's here. Look, bull market peak indicators. So we're still not in a world where we've hit any of them. Like, what the hell? Still, not one have we hit on this. Like, still not one. It's absolutely just not a thing right now. Super, super boring. Super not happening. Yeah, haven't really got to that place where we've hit any of these, so it is what it is. None of the 30 top indicators have been hit. I don't believe any top is already in. Yeah, I'm with you, Al. Very much with you, and I think a lot of people probably align to that statement as well. So, good. Right. Over onto DeFi. Anything crazy going on here? I don't think there's too much going on. Trump coin is up a little bit. Very much not a lot, though. $741 on the DEX on Trump coin. That's wild, isn't it? Think about that. Like, this thing was doing like, what, like $6 billion or something absolutely insane. So yeah, think about that one. And then Marbitz, we saw a little bit of sell pressure coming in today. Someone dumped $1,000. Someone dumped $120. Well, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm sort of done over worrying about it, to be honest. We'll just keep doing what we're trying to do and keep building what we're trying to build. And, you know, it'll either work or it won't. That's where I get to. I'm not losing any sleep over it anymore. I can't be asked. Was it bad listening to Biden speak? Did you mean when he spoke the other week? Yeah, it was pretty bad, actually. Atheist. Yeah, I'm in on Athea, in fairness. I actually do have a bag of Athea. I have no idea who sold today. I'm done like worrying about it. I think if I focus too much on that, I'll just end up just getting frustrated. What I would say though is, just FYI, just because it's worth noting. So obviously they $1,000 went through. They lost $1,000. So fair play. If they want to sell, that's fine. It's up to them. They lost $1,000. What's interesting, though, when you think about it, is this, obviously, for anyone that's still holding, and you would argue and say, well, yeah, the price is down, so my holdings is less. This actually does go to start burning our tokens. So many people may be looking at our market cap thinking, like, what the hell's going on? That market cap is going down. But actually, when you start to break some of this down, you can see that there is a there is a chunk of change going through. In fact, oh my God, it's one of those like weird router things, isn't it? It's annoying. That's annoying. Anyway, so this transaction will actually show that there was a good portion of tokens burnt. So we actually will have seen a good amount of tokens burnt on this as this kind of played through. So all the people still holding would absolutely see that their wallet size just got a little bit bigger as well. So yeah, so keep your eyes on it. I don't know if I can find the transaction on here. I wanted to kind of show you just because I think it's good news. So where are we? $420's in the house. Let's go on $420. Come on. There we go. There we go. Right. So there we go. This is the out. So this was the execute 5. That's not that one. Oh my God. I can't even see where it is. I can't even see where it is. Just anyway, trust me on this one. That's why if you notice now, there's actually that was an 8.9. We're at 8.6. So it is burning tokens. I just can't believe it. Why is it being super annoying? I thought I'd be able to see that transaction that's going through on token transfers. But it's not here. Why is it not here? Anyone know why it's not on here? That's super weird. That is super weird. 13 hours ago, 9 hours ago, it's just not even on here. Anyway, whatever. It's definitely burning tokens, so you can see that going through. Such is life. Right. Look at internal transactions. Is that where it's gone? Am I that thick that it's on there? No, it's because it's token swap. It should be on here, but whatever. Anyway, is what it is. Is what it is. I still don't understand how burns make a difference. The price isn't impacted by it. The burns make a difference because the reality is that you're just getting rid of the supply as opposed to it sitting there to sell on the contract. So it's less good for development of the project, but I guess at the same time, it's quite a good market employ because it means that basically by selling, the supply comes down, and it's just burnt rather than it be like stored, if that makes sense. So let's say, for example, this burnt 20,000 bits. If it didn't burn it would sit in a wallet. Similar to kind of here, look, 4457, we sold there, and this obviously then generated the sell on it. So not kind of a psychological thing, but it does make sense as well. It does actually make sense because it means that your supply is going down rather than it go to the contract to sell on the contract, if that makes sense. So if you had loads of volume that were buying and selling all the time, then your supply would come down. Therefore, it means there's less. Basically, rather than it be converted into dollars and put aside, it's being deflated. But it's way more of a market. Like if you think about marketing, like, oh, at every sell, we're going to keep $5 of it versus every sell, we're going to burn some tokens. I think it's much more of a marketing tool than anything else, to be honest. So, yeah. That's my view anyway. Mark says, hi, all sorry for the late entrance. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Right. What were you wanting to look at, Al? Hype. This one? Up 13%? Oh, this is hyper. Hyperpigmentation. What the hell is this? This doesn't feel like this is not the coin you want to look at. Hype. Don't know, Al. I don't know what you're looking at. No idea. Definitely not this one. What's going on, Vern? Good to see you, man. Hyperloop. Must be a non-DeFi. Form, Hex. Was it Form? Who the hell was talking about hype then? Form token. This thing, a month ago. I'm assuming you mean this. Wow, $747 million market cap. That's wild. That is wild. Look at that. What does this do? I don't even know what it is, Al. No idea what it is, but yeah, that is a pretty decent move over the course of the last couple of days. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Been watching on my TV. Let's get it, Ben. Let's get it. Who is Real Matrix says Kato. I like it when we kind of find some new bullish projects. Kato the Tiger. Which one is it? Oh, there's lots of Kato the Tigers, actually. Is it just called Kato? It's just called Kato, isn't it? Oh, no, I'm missing an I. Sorry. This one. 2 months ago. Wow, this one looks pretty interesting. $317 million market cap. Wow, this thing spiked as well. Holy smokes, when did this come out? Look at this. See, this is why you should always be optimistic. It came out in February, bombed out in April, and boom, it's on the move. Bullish. Okay, it was on Coinbase, is it? Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, 94,000 holders on the DeFi side. Up 44%. It's pretty crazy, actually. Pretty crazy. I don't think there's a space. Yeah, I was going to just kind of do one, but if I'm honest, if I'm dead honest, right, and this is bad, so I apologize, right? I'm just going to apologize, but we sort of jumped in junior space last night. I'm dead tired. I've had a really shit day at work. Like, I basically got told that if I don't sort my stuff, I'm getting fired, which just isn't a great place to be. So I kind of, I know that I'm doing this live stream. I'm just not feeling it tonight. So forgive me. Which for a number of things, I'm like, do you know what? I just probably want to go and just chill out for a little bit. So, we'll definitely get something dialed in. I'll schedule one for next week. Junior space got me thinking a little bit last night as well. So, don't hate on me. I'll definitely give you a call later on, Vern. I know we were going to catch up last night and I didn't, so I'll definitely give you a shout in a bit. But yeah. But, too bit shit gets bad here. You need to chat, bro. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, it's one of those days today where I just need to I just need to go chill out, basically. I need to go chill out, and I need to get some content done, and da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, I just need to kind of, just go and chill. Redemption, what's going on? Will you keep posting bullish videos, even though it's not bullish now? No more news to help altcoins. Come on, Redemption, you're literally the worst person. What's not bullish about the market? Come on, bro. You told us it was done at 80k. Get back in your box. Get out of here. I'm only kidding. Redemption, you keep me honest. That's what I'll say. You keep me positive. You keep me absolutely motivated to prove you wrong. Oh, dear me. So, yeah. Please prove me wrong. I'll be delighted. Hey, I'm down for it. The thing is, though, you need to come with some facts, actually. Marion, let's go! Man, everyone's been asking where you were. Everyone's like, oh my God, where's Marion? I'm so pleased you're here. Let's go, baby! Let's get it. I feel like better now. I feel like hyped up a little bit, actually. Good stuff. Good news you're here. Redemption, I don't believe I've got into that world of like super crazy overhyped videos. I don't believe I've done that. I think I'm much more pivoting to a more factual statement. So I did what's really about to happen in crypto. That was my latest one. That was fine. What did I put in there? XRP and the institutional investment. That was fine. Trade talks are pumping crypto. That was true until the FOMC. Emergency Fed rate decisioning come in. I think that's true as well. Could the Fed pump your XRP back to 25? None of them are like super crazy bullish, are they? I'm not like going, oh my God, we're going to the freaking moon, you massive set of choppers. Anyway, good to see you, Redemption. Always good to have you here, by the way. And yeah, look, the market's moving a bit. 96.5, let's get it. Green candle today. Boys, I reckon we're good. Mate, I live in Bristol. We should meet for a coffee. Bristol's quite far for me, in fairness. I actually have been to Bristol a couple of times, though. I had some friends that lived there. I couldn't tell you where they lived or whereabouts I went, but I went to some big park. Had a coffee at a big park somewhere. I kind of like Bristol. It's kind of nice. I think Marion is talking about Levi. 2bit, can you show a picture of him and see if she... Oh, yeah, yeah, we were talking about this last night. Old Levi crypto. I haven't seen anything for him. Do you know it's really like liberating when you don't like have some people that come up in your feeds. It's really liberating. What was he called? Crypto King or something. Is that right? Where is he? Levi Crypto. Is he even still doing stuff? Oh, there he is. Oh my God, he's at 212,000 subscribers. Jesus. Look at this guy, Levi Crypto Crusaders. Holy shit, he's at 212,000 subscribers. What am I not doing right that he's doing? Millionaires will be made, last chance. Warren Buffett, XRP is about to go crazy. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. Like, I mean, it winds me up, by the way. It literally winds me up. Trump going all in on XRP for the United States. Okay. I mean, you can always tell, like, I think you can tell, by the way, right? I think you can tell if you've got a channel that genuinely wants to see people do well, see people succeed, is like part of the movement, or you can see a channel that just is like pumps the channel for views. So I could put 3 XRP videos out every day and probably break 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Like, because XRP is hot right now. However you look at it, like XRP videos, like I could just put loads of them out, but I choose not to because at the same time, it's a bit like, I just want to try and broaden people's market and, you know, the views of the market, etc., etc., etc. But look, I mean, the other one, you can go to like, I'm not going to say another YouTuber, but you can go to like another channel. And again, all they do is they put videos of XRP out. Like, that's literally all they do, look. XRP, 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 XRP. Even the ones that you don't think are XRP are XRP, 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 XRP. Like, you know, that's how you can, I mean, strictly speaking, that's how you kind of grow a channel, isn't it? You just talk about XRP, or you talk about the hot narrative of Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, or whatever it was. Whereas at least we try and do something a bit different. Levi was shilling long a couple of years ago. Exactly, yeah. I mean, look, it depends how you look at it. I mean, I guess it maybe feels a bit different, right? If for example, I do get fired from work and I don't have a job, then you know what? There probably is a bit that you go, man, I need to put like 4 videos of XRP stuff out every day and then do my bits on top of that as well. Like, you probably get into that world, don't you? If that's like your paycheck, like, why wouldn't you, I guess? Do we really need the Feds to do a rate cut to see a huge move, or can we see a huge move with the USA-China trade agreement will push the market? Definitely. If they come in with a favorable trade deal that is aligned to probably what a lot of us want, then you'll get a really good upside move in the market. Definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt. If they were to come in and say, like, let's say, for example, the Trump announcement, albeit we don't believe it, I still think it'd be something around Gaza and Israel and maybe something like that. But if he were to come out and say, yeah, we have reached a historic trade deal with China doing X, Y, and Z, then yeah, I think the markets would absolutely skyrocket because the NASDAQ would take off, because the NASDAQ would be like, well, this is going to be super bullish for tech stocks. It means that tech, you know, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think you get a big, move, definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. I recommend the 2-bit channel before joining. I had only 10p, now I have 50p. See? That's a 5x return, baby. 5x return. You don't learn anything by watching these guys. Exactly. When you say these guys, you mean them, not me, correct? I like to think at least, even though maybe we don't educate, we try and do the right thing. We put a number of people through technical analysis courses. We've actually learned technical analysis, I guess, while we've been together over the last 3 and a bit years. 4 years in October, baby. 4 years. Aiden! Hey, 2-bit, has the meeting happened? Yes, it has happened. It was, nothing happened. Dead boring. Dead boring. Shout out to everybody on TikTok, by the way. That's the most people I've had on TikTok. So shout out to you guys. And thank you for all the gifts as well. People are like gifting like absolute legends this evening. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Deborah, who just has become the number 3 gifter badge, whatever that means. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hopefully enjoying the content. Who else gave us one? 37 did. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Thank you for everybody for like crushing it on TikTok. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. If Tuba loses his job, he'd be back to carrying rocks, smashing them trees on the stream. If I lose my job, I'm definitely starting a golfing channel. That is absolutely certain. See, 2-bit crazy golf channel will be crazy. No, I'll start one of them channels where I just go and antagonize the police and then wonder why I get arrested. Hey guys, it's 2-bit crypto here, and I'm outside the police station and I'm antagonizing police cars. Hopefully we get a reaction. Oh, they did. Look at this. I'm getting arrested. What the hell? It means you have to pay 1 sol. What's going on, Blazer? Good to see you, man. We've got a new track to release to everyone tomorrow. Look out for it on Spotify. Coming soon. If you haven't got the Marbitz playlist, just go to Spotify, search Marbitz, get involved. Get involved. Send them a fart in a jar. Could be interesting. Multitasking, TikTok in here. Yeah, you know, 37. Like, you're crushing it. You're absolutely crushing it, my man. Love it. Love it. Anytime Centre Patrol, yeah, just go and like wind people up. That's pretty much what they do, don't they? And then they wonder why they get pissed off with it. Tell the boss to buy Marbitz and keep the faith, bro. Yeah. You can imagine that. Right, thanks for coming today, Mr. 2-bit. We want to talk about your performance, specifically your commercial performance in the last 4 weeks. So what do you say to that? Well, look, I know my commercial performance has been pretty bang average. However, let me tell you, have you bought Marbitz? If you haven't, then you should. That's going to fix everything. Yeah. Not sure that's going to work. Not sure it's going to work. Anyway, he did come out and he was like, look, don't get yourself in trouble by trying to fire people too soon. Oh, dear. It doesn't help them day off tomorrow as well, but anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I probably think that both their accounts are actually chart people and XRP for some. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Solid strategy. You know it is, Al. Right. Anyway, we've got about 5-10 minutes left. So we'll see. Can I buy car by Marbitz? Says 2-bit. Eventually, bro. You definitely will. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. So, yeah, fingers crossed we'll get there. Fingers crossed we'll definitely get there. Get him to get the guy, then jump on him. Can you imagine? Yeah, I bought that coin you told me to buy. Turns out it was a scam. Oh, well, I mean, only for you. Just by the way, Marbitz is not a scam. So if you are interested in getting into a DeFi play, check out the link in the description. Also, if you want to go and trade all your favorite cryptocurrencies, I highly recommend going and doing that as well. It's very, very bullish. You need corporate investment. Yeah, can you imagine? Go and ask him. I actually did think about speaking to our CEO and be like, hey, have you thought about, getting involved in kind of digital assets? But then it'd be like, I might open a can of worms I don't need to open up right now. Oh, why'd you say that? Like, oh, well, 2-bit crypto. That guy works for me. Imagine that. Imagine that. Only part-time, do you know what I mean? Just in case any tax people are watching, and obviously TikTok as well. I literally do 3 hours a week. It's not like I've got a full-time job. Right, anyway. Any more DeFi players you want to take a look at? I think there's a couple coming down the track, by the way. Let me just check my... what am I thinking of? Let me check my thing, because I kind of feel like, my live's going to end in 5 minutes on TikTok. Let's keep going. I kind of feel like I had something come across my desk, but maybe not. Maybe not at the minute. We have to kind of agree a few bits, I think. Oh yeah, I got one actually. I got one. I'll share this when I can. It launches in 3 days, so I'll keep you guys posted. It might be an interesting one, maybe not. I think I talked about this the other day actually. I put through by the same people that sent me the T1000 one that was a pretty good move and a couple of others. So anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel in Marbitz Telegram because I'll announce it in there. Blazer, what you buying? A little take cozy coop. That's nice, yeah. Alsa Zek, Moonwell, best DeFi player. Bits knowledge what's going on. Moonwell. I feel like Vern's big on Moonwell. Mama, I got Marbitz. Wrap my hat on the map. Baba, ooh. Is this what you're talking about? On BNB, 4.76 milli Zcash token. Wasn't Zcash like, I kind of feel like this was big back in like 2017. Tell your boss to go and stick it where the sun don't shine 2-bit. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, he does pay me every month, so I can't just at the minute, but yeah. 37 cents, an ice cream cone and a basketball. Hey, thank you so much. 37, you legend. I hold a healthy bag of Moonwell. Is it on here? Vern, is that the one you've got into, Moonwell? Oh, maybe I can't see it on there. Maybe we go to, let's go to Coin Market Cap, by the way. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought Moonwell was Vern's. Look at that. Look at Aethia moving as well. Bullish. Moonwell. This one? Oh, yeah, it's up 7%. Jeez. Nice. Nice. It's on. Oh, Moonwell. Oh, you should absolutely. Okay, fair enough. Wrapped ETH pairing on Aerodrome Finance. So you should definitely stake it on Aerodrome Finance. Like, if you've got Moonwell, you can stake that with Wrapped Ethereum. I wonder what the ratio is. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, guys. Come on, guys. And girls, by the way. And girls. I know we've got some girls in here. So shout out to the girls. Shout out to the girls. Holmes, how's Bevo Coin doing, by the way? Disastrous. 19.6% APY Moonwell staking. Nice, is that what it is? Bullish. Yeah. Where are we at? 13.3 Wrapped Ethereum versus Aerodrome Finance. That's okay. What are we up now? Nearly $50. That's all right. 2 weeks to the $50 prize pot. Nice, baby. Right. Liquidity, I think it is. So, Moonwell. Well. Oh, yeah, there you are. Look. 35%. Bit. Oh, my God. Wrapped ETH and Moonwell. Wow. 35% APR. How much is it? Oh, maybe we should buy some. 2 cents. What's the price action look like? Do we think it's going to go up or down? I mean, it's kind of holding up all right, actually. Probably undervalued. Interesting. Yeah, 35%. I mean, look at this concentrated volatility one's wild. By the way, you can earn 1,744% if you know what you're doing. Wrapped ETH with Moonwell Basic. Oh, this has got 100% APR. What the hell is this? You deposit wrapped Ethereum versus Moonwell. Interesting. I might have a look at that. I might have a look at that if Moonwell is super bullish. 100% APR. I mean, yeah, wrapped ETH and Moonwell. Depends if you think it's going to go up, but Airdrop Finance coming in clutch right now. I don't know what the price is. BTC is on the move though, baby. Where's redemption? Get it back up here. It might go green. Let's go. Let's go. How's that short trade working out for you, Al? WorldCoin is not so wild. Yeah, I mean, it's WorldCoin, isn't it? WO deals, WorldCoin, I feel. Oh, Holmes is in the TikTok live as well. Shout out to the crew, smashing the like button. Guys are wild. Guys are wild over there. Reversed it working well, obviously, Al, you see. Get bullish. Get bullish on the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Sitecoins, join the live on TikTok. Smash the like button, Sitecoin. Let's go. I'm a TikTok. I don't know if I can say that actually, but anyway. Right. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I kind of feel like there isn't. We've done an hour as well. I mean, this is the good thing about, don't matter how bad your day is, you can always come here, chill out, relax, talk some cryptocurrency, get a view of the markets, watch the price of Bitcoin go up by smashing the like button. You guys are slacking a little bit, but look, I'm not going to hold it against you guys just at the minute, but it always makes me feel a little bit better on the back end of it. So, yeah, shout out to La Familia Madrigal. You guys are bullish on everything going on. So yeah, appreciate it. Right, I don't necessarily think there's anything else to talk about. Hopefully we get over the green line on BTC. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button and subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. I mean, that is all a bit crazy. So it only leaves me to say thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It now is that time where we are going to guess Wordle. It is that time, obviously, where we see who gets it. And let's do it. So I know you guys can't see it on TikTok. I'm sorry. Lander, what's going on? Why is BTC pumping and alts are behind? BTC pumping because you've got institutional investment coming into it. Alts will have their moment, I believe. But right now, you've got things like Metaplanet buying, institutional investments coming in. There's definitely a desire to purchase more Bitcoin, maybe even front run the markets for tomorrow. But altcoins, in my opinion, will have their day. So, again, watch out for that. Alvin dropping the heart. Thanks, Alvin. I appreciate it on TikTok. I don't understand how it all works, to be honest, but shout out to Sitecoin for crushing it, by the way. So, yeah, I think that's where we are. Don't forget, interest rates stayed the same. Markets generally react similar to what we've got, and it's a bit of a nothing burger today. But, yeah, that's why. I truly still believe we've still got a big altcoin season to come yet. So, make sure you tap the screen. Make sure you're following, because we talk about it every single day right here on the market. So, right, stake. Let's do stake, Curtis. Coming in clutch there. Let's do it. Boom. Garbage, Curtis. Get out of here. Laps, no E and no S. Man, that's pretty hard, actually. But yeah, tap the screen, lock in the follow. Make sure you're following the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency every single day here on TikTok. So, yeah, make sure that you are dialed in. Alarm. Interesting. Oh, no. A and M are correct. Mama, ooh. Smash the like button on the FOMC. Let's do it. Hasalmo, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it. Share the live. Encourage more viewers to share. Oh, can you do that, Alvin? Share the live. Do that. Share it. I mean, I'm finishing it. Maybe I need to tell people to do that, actually. See, Alvin, this is what I need. I need you to just manage my social media. Hey, notice I can share your live on Facebook. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Hey, Alvin, you're super bullish. Okay, shut up. Come on, you guys. You're doing very well with this. So we know it's gone M. We know it's gone A, but they're in the wrong place. Okay, what about... What about G-A-U-R-I-N-G? G-R-D. God. Oh, it's not. Oh, how is it? G-U. R-D. Okay, no. Bad news, everybody. This is a difficult one. Mango. G is not right. G is not right. So, yeah. Mango is not right. Man, we've only got 3 guesses. Come on, you guys. What the hell are you doing? Think of a word that we don't know what it starts with, but has an A and an M in it. Man, that's pretty difficult, actually. I'm not going to lie. It has to be the second. So that has to be an A. Something A. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We're not doing very well here, guys. Come on, guys. We are definitely not doing very well. Sharo, what's going on? Welcome to the TikTok Live. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody here on the TikTok Live. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. Madame. D's wrong, Craig. I tell you what, considering you guys want to do Wordle, not many people are talking. Go on, Holmes. Tim, where are you guys? What's going on? What is going on? You need to tell me the answers. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do it myself. Of which that could be, we could be here for a long time. What could it be? So we think, so what about, love to see what TikTok's screaming. What? Mango. Oh, maybe mango could work. M-A-N, although I think G's wrong. G's not right, by the way, but we can try it. Oh! Get it, Tim. So it's M-A blank blank O. What the hell's that going to be? M-A... Macho. Oh! Macho man. Whoa. Macho man. Curtis! Crushing it. Get it, Curtis. I'm going to start keeping a tally, actually. Keeping a tally of all the people that get it. Shout out to Curtis. Bullish. Macho was indeed the answer. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to leave you right now. Alvin, we've got only 10 people in the TikTok Live. So shout out to everybody tuning in on TikTok Live. Stick around for 2 more minutes post the end of this live stream. But as always, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 p.m. here in the UK for all your latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news, reviews, technical analysis, and much, much more. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is what the market's going to do over the course of the next 24 hours. Until then, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you on the flip side. Enjoy the jazzy music. See you soon. Ta-ra. Thank you.